Have you ever died before? Me too, and it kinda sucks. All my skills were gone, my loot basically grew legs and started walking away, and I had to spawn in for the 100th time without pants. And can you guess how I died? I was bitten. Like so many other poor lost souls, I was a little overconfident and paid the price. And this wasn't my first time. Over and over and over again, I keep getting bitten and dying. But for me, 100 deaths is a little too much, so I've decided to stop getting bitten. But how do you stop getting bitten? Well, let me show you. So in this video, I will go over 5 strategies you can use to lower the chances of you suffering a fatal bite. So first, stop fighting multiple zombies at once. I'm sorry to be the one that has to tell you this, but you are not Rick Grimes, and you can't just run into a horde of meat munchers and expect to kill all of them, let alone survive. The best you can do is probably 2, maybe 3, and that's still being kinda risky. Remember, Rick is a certified badass, and you are a certified dingus. The more zombies you fight, the higher the chances of one of them taking a nice little chunk out of you. So just remember you are a weak, pathetic little nobody, so keep your zombie fights to 1 or 2 zombies at a time. Now I can't tell you how many times I've survived a few weeks and thought I was doing pretty good for myself. I had good loot, I killed a few hundred zombies, and I felt basically immortal. And then I'm out doing a loot run and a literal ninja zombie comes up behind me and takes a bite out of my ass. I swear you can clear a 100-meter radius around you, check every single nook and cranny, and make sure without a shadow of a doubt there are no zombies around you, and the second you get distracted by that Clash Royale notification, bam, there's a zombie making 0 noise coming up behind you and you're dead. It is possibly the worst way to go out because it's a single zombie, and if you didn't have some stupid dumb ADHD brain, you wouldn't have gotten distracted, but here you are. Bitten, depressed, and possibly in a fit of rage. My third tip is to not fight when you're tired or fatigued. If you've had a busy day of looting and killing, you're probably going to start feeling the effects of it, and these 2 moodles will start to appear. And once they do, combat becomes a whole lot harder. You swing your weapon slower, you do less damage, and you start to lose the ability to run. And I know when they first pop up they don't seem too serious, but trust me, you are going to want to start heading home. You may say, oh, just one more building, it probably has some really good loot. Until you go into that building, fight several zombies, get more tired and more fatigued, and then have to fight even more zombies. And then you get to the point where you're so weak, you might as well be smacking the zombies with a napkin. And once your weapon swing starts getting slower, it gives the zombies a much easier chance of biting you. So just go home, get rested, and the building will still be there for you to loot tomorrow. Maybe. Now my 4th tip. Wear protection. Yep, sometimes real world problems translate into the game world, and trust me, you definitely want to be wearing protection. These zombies are feisty creatures, and there's a good chance that no matter how safe you are, they're gonna get you eventually. And at that point, you just gotta pray they didn't penetrate you with their teeth, and instead just gave you a little scratch. And the best way to make sure it's just a scratch is to wear lots of protective clothing. If you see clothes that give you bite or scratch resistance, you better put them on. One of the best and easiest to find is the firefighter clothing set, so head to your nearest fire station and get protected. And maybe even invest in tailoring. I know, who the hell actually does tailoring? But it actually is a very useful skill and can basically make you a juggernaut if you get a high enough level. Because trust me when I say, not wearing protection is a sure way to get you infected. Or pregnant, depending on your situation. And finally, my last tip to you all. Use longer ranged weapons. And I don't mean ranged weapons like guns, I'm talking about melee weapons with a longer range. If you're over here with a butter knife, you basically gotta be within kissing distance to hit those zombies, but if you have a spear, you can basically be on the other side of the country and still hit them. This means you don't have to get as close and personal to kill them zombies, which gives you a much greater chance of avoiding those deadly bites. If you go to the Project Zomboid wiki, you can see the exact ranges of all the weapons, or you can just use your common sense and realizing a shovel is gonna have a longer range than a fucking trowel. But anyways, those are my tips to help you stop getting bitten. And maybe, just maybe, you can actually survive longer than a week this time. Probably not, but hey, let's be optimistic. So thank you guys so much for watching, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.